as we have discussed before, the importance to the Philippines of these new technologies that you are promoting around in Japan and now in the Philippines are very, very important. I do not need to illustrate or to explain the critical situation around the world when it comes to fuel supply, supply chain problems. All of these are requiring a great deal of thought and planning for the Philippine side, so as to be able to ensure that our forecasted and aspirations for development are well supported by an adequate power supply.
それでは、ただいまからフィリピン共和国マルコス大統領をお迎えし、歓迎昼食会を開会いたします。
We would like to start the business luncheon welcoming His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. of the Republic of the Philippines.
皆様、ご着席お願いいたします。
Please take your seats.
それでは、はじめに共催5団体を代表して、日本商工会議所の小林会頭よりご挨拶を申し上げます。それでは小林会頭、よろしくお願いいたします。
First, on behalf of the 5 co-organizers, I would like to ask the Chairman of the Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Kobayashi, to say a few words. Mr. Kobayashi, the floor is yours, sir.
皆様、こんにちは。フェルディナンド・ロムアルデス・マルコス・フィリピン共和国大統領閣下、フィリピン政府首脳の皆様、フィリピン経済界代表の皆様、並びにご列席の皆様、まず、フィリピンと日本の友好親善のために、はるばる来日された大統領閣下を心から歓迎申し上げます。また、本日はご多忙のところ、経済5団体共催による歓迎昼食会にご出席を賜り、誠にありがとうございます。主催者を代表してご挨拶を申し上げます。
His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos, President of the Republic of the Philippines, distinguished representatives of the Government of the Philippines, distinguished representatives of the Philippine business community, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to sincerely welcome His Excellency the President, who has come all the way to Japan to promote a friendship and a goodwill between the Philippines and Japan. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for attending the welcome luncheon hosted by the 5 business organizations in Japan. On behalf of the host, let me offer my sincere greetings.
私は2012年9月から約10年にわたり、そこにご来席の浅田さんと共同代表として、日秘経済委員会の代表世話人として両国間の民間経済外交に携わってまいりました。昨年11月の日商会頭就任から時を置かず、大統領閣下をはじめ、フィリピン政財界の皆様をお迎えする機会を得られましたことは、大変光栄であります。
For 10 years, since September of 2012, together with Mr. Asada, I have had the honor of co-chairing the Japan-Philippines Economic Cooperation Committee, being involved with the private sector economic diplomacy between our 2 countries. It is a great honor that in a short while since I have assumed the post of the chairman of the Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry in November last year, that we are able to welcome His Excellency as well as the leaders of the Philippine government and the business community.
さて、世界はコロナ禍、あるいは地政学リスクの高まりなど大きな変化にさらされておりますが、我が国においては社会課題の解決に向けた取り組み自体を付加価値創造の源泉として成長戦略に位置づけ、持続可能な成長の実現を目指して取り組んでおります。その実現にあたっては、人への投資をはじめ、科学技術、イノベーション、スタートアップ、グリーントランスフォーメーション GX およびデジタルトランスフォーメーション DX を重点分野とし、官民連携で計画的な重点投資を行うこととしております。
The world has been exposed to significant changes because of the COVID, as well as the geopolitical risks being heightening. In Japan, we have positioned the solutions to be brought about for societal issues to be the source of creating value added, and we have formulated a growth strategy accordingly and aiming to realize a sustainable growth. But in realizing this goal, we have put forward as priority areas investment into people, as well as science and technology and innovation, startups, GX or green transformation, and also DX, digital transformation. The public and the private sectors are working closely together to focus investments in a systematic manner.
加えまして、我が国は ASEAN 各国との競争による官民を挙げた未来投資促進の取り組みが進められており、日本企業の海外における新たなビジネス展開につながるものと注目をしております。
Furthermore, Japan is promoting co-creation with the ASEAN the countries to try to promote investment into future-oriented businesses by both the public and the private sector. We are concentrating our efforts in creating new business developments for Japanese companies outside of the country.
大統領閣下が発表されました8つの社会経済政策アジェンダにおいては、社会保障と人的資本の開発を優先課題として、投資の促進、デジタルインフラの強化、グリーンエコノミーの推進等を通じた雇用の拡大、創出を目標に掲げられており、こうした分野での協力が期待されます。
I understand that Your Excellency, the President, has put forward the 8 socio-economic policy agenda, placing priorities on social security as well as the development of the human resources. You are aiming to expand as well as create jobs through promoting investment as well as strengthening digital infrastructure and promoting the green economy. So I believe we can expect cooperation between our two countries in all these areas.
近年、安定的かつ高水準の経済成長を続けますフィリピンは、今後も生産年齢人口の増加や内需の拡大が見込まれるなど、日本企業にとって魅力ある事業展開先となっております。私どもといたしましては、本日ご出席の皆様との連携、協力のもとに、引き続き両国のビジネス関係強化に貢献してまいりたいと存じます。
In the recent years, the Philippines have enjoyed stable as well as high level of economic growth. We can expect further increase in productive workforce, productive age workforce, as well as domestic demand to be enlarged. Therefore, Philippines is indeed an attractive place for Japanese companies to do the business in. We very much hope that we can further contribute to strengthen the business relationship between our two countries by working in close partnership and cooperation with all of you who are here today.
最後に、皆様の日本のご滞在が有意義なものになるよう、心よりお祈り申し上げまして、簡単ではございますが、私の挨拶をさせていただきます。どうもありがとうございました。
In closing, I would like to wish for a fruitful and productive stay in Japan, and thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you.
In keeping with the tradition of DTI's partnership with business organizations in Japan, and with thanks for their organizing a luncheon networking event between its members and officers and the Philippine business delegation, it is my honor to invite His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to deliver his message.
この度は、このパートナーシップにもってありがとうございます。では、マルコス大統領です。
Thank you. Thank you very much, Department of Trade and Industry Secretary, Fred Pascual. Would please take your seats. The members of this Philippine delegation, the former President and Senior Deputy Speaker, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, our Senate President, Senator Migs Subiri, House Speaker Martin Romualdez, and the other members of the Cabinet who have accompanied us on this very important trip. The Chairperson of the Senate Committee on Trade, Commerce, and Entrepreneurship, Senator Mark Villar. We also have joining us the former Senate President of our upper house, the former Senate President Manny Villar, who has also entered into an agreement and an arrangement in today's signing. The Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry Chairman, Mr. Ken Kobayashi, Keidanren Chairman, Mr. Masakazu Tokura, the Bokekai Chairman, Mr. Fumiya Kokubu, and the Keizai Doyukai Chairman, Mr. Kengo Sakurada. The Japan's Philippine Economic Cooperations Committee Co-Chairman, Mr. Teru Asada, and Mr. Takehiko Kakiuchi, Mr. Yuji Hiraku. My fellow workers in government, the distinguished guests who are here with us today, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am delighted to be amongst the industry captains and the top-ranking executives representing the Parliament of Big Business, as well as associations whose members include small and medium enterprises, management, and importers. Indeed, there is much to be admired about Japan's unique business landscape, where networks of independent manufacturers, supply, chain partners, distributors, and financiers work efficiently and harmoniously to ensure the success of the whole.
皆さんすいません、ちょっと時間過ぎてしまいましたけども、まずは、フィリピンの方からご紹介させていただきます。ロイヤル氏、スビリ氏、ロワンデス氏、そして内閣のメンバー、この、大切な、訪問ということに、一緒にやりくれてありがとうございます。そしてまた、秘書の方から、ビリア氏、そして、元上位の、ビリア氏もいらっしゃっております。でまずは、本日の、この共催、いただきました昼食会お招き立ち誠にありがとうございます。小林会頭から、徳倉会長、そして、国分様、倉田様、長田様、平子様、皆さん、このような、温かいご関係をありがとうございます。そして、皆さんこんにちは。そして業界の皆さん、本日は皆さんと会えて光栄に思っております。大企業の皆様もいらっしゃいますが、先ほどもお話ししましたが、実は中小企業の皆さん含めてフィリピンにとってはやはり日本は、とても尊敬に値する、国といいましょうか、やはりビジネス環境が、しっかり整っていらっしゃる、まさに、独立した形で効率いい、システムが出来上がっていると思っております。でその中で、効率いい中でハーモニー、調和を整った形のビジネス環境が整っているというふうに考えております。
I am accompanied on this trip by an equally diverse group of 114 businessmen whose activities span the whole gamut of Japan-centric business opportunities: manufacturing, construction, real estate, retail, food service, trading, telecommunications, aviation, recruitment, mining, and agribusiness. And in the morning of the first day, our Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Pascual reported that the business matching event that DTI arranged for 85 Philippine companies yielded more than 255 meetings with Japanese counterparts.
で本日は、このような、場におきましては、実はフィリピン側も、多様な、ビジネスの分野の人間が、同席しております。114具体的になっておりますが、その中でやはり日本のビジネスチャンスというものを、これからも皆さんと追求したいと思っております。工場から建設から、小売から、テレコミュニケーション、航空、そして、クルーティング、そして農業、そして鉱山などなど、いろいろな業界からのメンバーが、今回の、チャンスと思って、来ております。 でこの85社、なんですが、貿易商に関しては85社が、実はこれまでにも、5000万ほどの、ビジネスチャンスというものをものにしてきました。
In the afternoon, our delegates also visited a facility in Odaiba that was built by a company that began as a startup and today builds ultra-compact spacecraft for comet exploration.
すみません、その中で、実は台湾の方に、足を運んだ経緯がありまして、その中で、超コンパクトなレースを作るというスタートアップの、様子というものを伺うことができました。
On top of forging new connections in business, our delegates are also here on a mission to listen, to observe, to learn, and then act on opportunities and new knowledge. I hope that these synergies that we establish with our Japanese partners today will continue to grow.
でこのような、新しいビジネスのチャンスを模索するということで、まさに今回は我々の、来日というものは、皆さんのお話を伺い、そして皆さんの様子を、拝見させていただき、新しいチャンス、そして新しいシナジーというものを、埋めるような、スタートに、したいと考えております。
Hopefully, beyond profit and commerce, these partnerships will now extend to lifelong friendships, which will promote and will encourage the deepening and the strengthening of the ties between Japan and the Philippines. Thank you and good afternoon.
ということで、この関係が、利益ビジネス以上に、長年続く、友情関係を育む、スタートとなればと、日本とフィリピンの間で友情関係を作ることになればと思っております。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございます。
それでは、これからお食事を、お出しいたしますので、お楽しみいただければと思います。
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, luncheon shall be served shortly. Please enjoy your lunch.
And welcome with a big applause His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Please have a seat. Good morning, Your Excellency, Cabinet Ministers, ladies and gentlemen. The Department of Trade and Industry and its offices in Japan take great pride in organizing this signing of letters of intent and agreement to be witnessed by no less than the President, an event that is truly a testament to the strong economic relations between Japan and the Philippines. We hope that the signing of these important agreements will further bring us closer together, and we work on our shared goals of sustainable development, inclusive growth, and shared prosperity for all. We will be starting the ceremony with a government-to-government agreement signing on a memorandum of cooperation between the Department of Trade and Industry and the Japan External Trade Organization. May we call on Secretary Alfredo Pascual of the Department of Trade and Industry and the Chairman and CEO of JETRO, Mr. Nobuhiko Sasaki. The objective of this agreement is bilateral cooperation in investment cooperation between DTI and JETRO, mainly through the exchange of information, holding of investment and seminars, support of facilitation of investors, and cooperation involving innovation for sustainable growth. We thank JETRO for the long-standing partnership and support for our trade and investment promotion activities in Japan. We would like to invite the signatories to take their place behind the President and the contingent for a commemorative photo shoot. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And now, we would like to invite Nomura Real Estate Development Company Limited and Federal Land to take the stage. Mr. Daisaku Matsuo, President of Nomura Real Estate Development Company Limited, and Mr. Alfred T., Chairman of Federal Land, will be signing a memorandum of understanding to reaffirm their commitment to jointly undertake and invest in real estate projects and retail businesses in the country. We are thankful to both Nomura Real Estate and Federal Land for continuing to explore and endeavor to realize the full potentials of our real estate industry. We invite both signatories to take their place for the commemorative photo session. Now, may I call on the executives of the following companies who will be signing our next agreement. Mr. Tatsuya Watanabe, Senior Managing Executive Officer and President of Energy Solution and Marine Engineering, Kawasaki Heavy Industries. Mr. Takashi Imai, President of IKS Company Limited. Mr. Edgar O. Chua, Chief Executive Officer of Amber Kinetics Incorporated, and Mr. Sabin Aboitis, Chairman of the Board and Group President of the Aboitiz Group, Aboitiz Power Corporation. This is an agreement among 4 parties to form a consortium for the implementation of a mechanical energy storage projects that will be serving Philippines, Japan, Southeast Asian nation, and Australia. May we now ask the signatories to take their place on stage to greet the President and the contingent. Okay. So now we will have the photo session. In the meantime, the next signatory will be JER Company Incorporated and Aboitiz Power Corporation. We would like Mr. Sabin Aboitiz to remain on the stage and call on Mr. Satoshi Onoda, President of JER Company Limited, to take their places at our signing table to sign another notable renewable energy undertaking. The parties wish to work together to assess the potential for greener fuels, including ammonia and hydrogen, to support decarbonization efforts of both Aboitiz Power and the Philippine energy sector, involving the development of ammonia and hydrogen value chains in the Philippines. Okay. We would like to call on the signatories to take their place to greet our President and the contingent. We wish to extend our thanks to JETRO and Aboitiz Power Corporation for bringing the much-needed new and green technologies in our quest to develop sustainable energy sources in the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 35 agreements today, and we could have had more if there were no time limit. Okay. Now we call on Minebea Mitsumi, our next signatory, Mr. Yoshihisa Kainuma, Representative Director and CEO and COO of Minebea Mitsumi Incorporated. May I call on the Secretary of Trade, Honorable Secretary Pascual, to note the agreement, letter of intent, that Mr. Kainuma is presenting to open up a new factory that will manufacture state-of-the-art optical image stabilizers and a notable solar power project in the country. Thank you, Chairman Kainuma, for expressing this letter of intent to yet again open a new factory. Next on the list is an ASEAN Mentorship for Entrepreneurs and Go Negosyo. I would like to ask Mr. Jose Maria A. Concepcion, the third of the Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship Foundation, Go Negosyo, and the Vice Chairperson of the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development Council to take his place on the stage. He will be presenting a certificate of gratitude to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan for its support in the Philippines Entrepreneurial Mentorship Program. Mr. Yutaka Arima, Director General of the Southeast and Southwest Asian Affairs, Senior Official of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Thank you, Mr. Concepcion. We're now ready for the commemorative photos session. The next signatory is Japan Tobacco Incorporated. May I call on our next signatory, Mr. Masamichi Terabatake, Representative Director, President, and CEO of the Japan Tobacco Incorporated, to take his place on the signing table. And Secretary Pascual to note his letter of intent. Japan Tobacco is now signifying its intention to infuse additional investments in the Philippines for factory expansion, marketing, and sales. These new projects will translate to 600 new jobs for the Filipino workers. We express our gratitude at this point to Japan Tobacco. May we now call on Marubeni Corporation. I wish to invite Mr. Kenichiro Oikawa, Managing Executive Officer of Marubeni Corporation, to take his place on the signing stage. May I also call the Secretary to note the letter of intent of Marubeni Corporation. This agreement reaffirms Marubeni's intention to get into new investment projects in the fields of infrastructure development, as well as energy, transportation, healthcare, and afforestation projects. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Oikawa, Secretary, for the place of greetings. And now for the photo session. We will also call on the next signatory, Marubeni Corporation again, and Oriental Energy and Power Generation Corporation. Now I wish to call Mr. Satoru Harada, Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer of Marubeni Corporation's Power Division, and Ms. Caroline Tanchay, CEO of Oriental Energy and Power Generation Corporation, for the signing of their Memorandum of Agreement. The agreement will now be talking about how both parties will pursue projects in energy, transportation, healthcare, and afforestation. Thank you, Mr. Sasaki, and thank you, Congressman Tanchay, for... May I call again our Secretary to take his stage on the signing table so that he will acknowledge the letter of intent of Brother Industries Company Limited, who will be represented by Mr. Ichiro Sasaki, Representative Director and President of Brother Industries. Brother Industries will construct a third factory for producing various types of printers. We give our sincere thanks to the signatories to Brother Industries for helping the country position itself as one of the most established printer manufacturing hubs in the world. And now we call on the next signatory, Taiheiyo Cement Corporation, represented by Mr. Masafumi Fushihara, President and Representative Director of Taiheiyo Cement Corporation. We would like to call again Mr. Secretary to note the intention of Taiheiyo Cement Philippines to expand their operations in the country with a kiln renewal project that will increase its cement production capacity. Taiheiyo intends to upgrade the clinker production line, set up storage silos and raw material yards to introduce state-of-the-art production line designed to reduce carbon dioxide emission by more than 10%. Our sincere gratitude to Mr. Fushihara-san of Taiheiyo for again expanding their project and operations. May we now call on Itochu Corporation, represented by the next signatory, Mr. Keita Ishii, member of the board, president and CEO of Itochu Corporation. We would like to call Mr. Secretary to join him in the signing table. Itochu, through its partnership with Dole Philippines, is planning to significantly increase its pineapple production volume, which is expected to generate yet new employment to its already robust workforce. Thank you, Mr. Ishii, for your long-standing trust and confidence in our country's agricultural sector. I wish to call to the stage at this moment Mr. Noboru Saito, Representative Director and President and CEO of TDK Corporation. Secretary of Trade will now note a letter of intent from TDK to construct a second factory building adjacent to its current manufacturing facilities in Laguna Technopark. They will manufacture next-generation HDD heads and other components. Thank you to TDK Corporation for choosing the Philippines again as its preferred destination to manufacture these highly innovative and next-generation hard disk drives. Next is Double Dragon Corporation and Iwata Chizaki Incorporated. Mr. Keigo Iwata, President and CEO of Iwata Chizaki Incorporated, Mr. Edgar Sia II, Chairman, and Mr. Tony Tan Cacchon, Co-Chairman of Double Dragon Corporation, is now taking their place in the stage. The agreement between Double Dragon and Iwata Chizaki is to put up a hotel project in Hokkaido, Japan. We would like to commend Iwata, Chizaki, and Double Dragon for endeavoring to bring this Philippines to Japan, and your trust in putting your investments in the growing real estate and property conglomerates in the country. Thank you very much. Next in line as signatory will be Murata Manufacturing Company Limited, represented by Mr. Nagato Omori, Senior Vice President of the Ceramic Business Unit of Murata Manufacturing Company Limited. Thank you very much. May we call on Secretary, one of our busiest ministers today, to take his stage again, to note the intention of Murata to put up the design, manufacture, and sale of ceramic-based electronic components, a valuable local industry that supplies the key building blocks of modern electronics. Thank you very much. So, shall we call on the signatories to take their place of greeting on the stage? Thank you very much. May we invite you for the photo session with our contingent and the President. We are now calling NIDEC Corporation, represented by Mr. Koji Shimano, Senior Vice President, to join us on stage. President of... Okay, that's Mr. Tatsuya Nishimoto will be the one representing NIDEC in the signing ceremony. We again call on Secretary Pascual to join Mr. Nishimoto for the letter of intent presentation. As an additional investment and as part of its expansion plans in the Philippines, NIDEC plans to invest in new blocks in their existing Subic factory to substantially increase production capacity of medium-sized speed reducer gears to meet growing global demand. And this will for sure generate additional high-level, high-tech employment. Thank you to the President of NIDEC Corporation for gracing this event. May we now call on Mitsubishi Corporation, represented by Mr. Koji Ota, Executive Vice President, Group CEO of the Industrial Infrastructure Group Division and COO of the Plant Engineering Division of Mitsubishi Corporation, to take his place on the stage. Mitsubishi wishes to affirm its intention to participate in infrastructure development, construction activities, transportation, commercial and residential real estate development, and mass housing projects in the Philippines. Thank you to Mr. Ota of Mitsubishi Corporation for your valuable project. We are sure these will significantly help address gaps in our transportation and housing needs as the economy continues to grow, accelerate. Next on the lineup is Mitsubishi Motor Corporation, represented by Mr. Minoru Kinoshita, Corporate Officer responsible for ASEAN and Oceania of Mitsubishi Motors Corporation. Mitsubishi Corporation, or MNC, wishes to renew its target production commitments under the Philippines CARS programs, and it's expressing its intention to expand automotive manufacturing activities in the country by adding another locally assembled vehicle model in its production lineup. Our next signatory is Vista Land Lifescape and Mitsubishi Estates Company Limited. Mitsubishi Estate Company Limited will be represented by Mr. Yutaro Yotsusaka, Senior Executive Officer of Mitsubishi Estate Company Limited. And Mr. Manny Villar, President and CEO of Vista Land and Lifescapes. Vista Land, Lifescapes, and Mitsubishi Estate will enter into a joint venture for the development of land intended for horizontal and vertical residential projects, office buildings, and commercial and real estate development projects. Thank you to our executives in Vista Land Lifescape and Mitsubishi Estate for another potential development project in the Philippines. And now, may I call on Renova Incorporated, represented by Mr. Yosuke Kiminami, Representative Director and CEO of Renova Incorporated. Renova plans to expand its current renewable energy operations in the Philippines and is currently in active partnership discussions with a number of local Philippine companies for additional projects to develop renewable energy projects across the spectrum of renewable technologies. This is another very notable project in the country. Thank you to Renova. May I now please call on Toyota Motor Corporation, represented by Mr. Yoichi Miyazaki, Operating Officer of Toyota Motors Corporation. Toyota plans to establish a new light commercial vehicle manufacturing project and has further plans for additional investments, specifically for the localization of a wide range of automotive parts. Thank you to Toyota Motor Corporations. Now, shall we call on Sumitomo Corporation, represented by Mr. Yukihito Honda, Managing Executive Officer and General Manager of the Infrastructure Business Unit of Sumitomo Corporation. Sumitomo Corporation expresses its commitment to upgrade and upscale the Philippine rail systems. May we also call Secretary Bautista to join the signatories on the stage. Sumitomo Corporation is the winning bidder to supply 648 state-of-the-art rolling stocks for both the North-South Commuter Railway and the Metro Manila Subway. They expect to extend the current maintenance contract for the MRT Line 3 through 2025. Japan has been our strongest partner and provider of expertise in technology, especially in developing our rail network and mass transit. Our next signatory is an IT company represented by Ubicom Holdings Incorporated and Advanced World Systems Incorporated. May I invite to the stage Mr. Masayuki Aoki, President and CEO of Ubicom Holdings, Mr. Akira Konishi, President and CEO of Advanced World System, and Mr. Ramil Villanueva, Vice President of Alsons and AWS. The intent of this agreement is to signify the three parties' intention in the areas of software development outsourcing. We thank Ubicon, Advanced World Systems, for optimizing, and Alsons for optimizing the potentials of our information technology industry. At this juncture, I would like to call the representative of the agreement for Hankyu Hanshin Properties Corporation and W Landmark Incorporated. We would like to call Mr. Matsuda Tomiyuki, Senior Managing Director of Hankyu Hanshin Properties Corporation, Mr. Norman Vincent Wee, Chairman and President of W Landmark, to take their places for signing, please. This agreement is actually parties coming together to signify their intentions and plans to co-invest in an REIT and joint venture in commercial real estate development activities. We thank Hankyu Hanshin and Landmark, two of our country's established commercial real estate brands, for its strategic partnership. Next agreement is Kurabe Industrial Company Limited. May I invite Mr. Takenobu Kanazawa, President and CEO of Kurabe Industrial Corporation, to take his place at the signing table at the stage. May we again invite Secretary Pascual to note his letter of intention. Kurabe is investing in a production facility for the manufacture of automotive seat heaters, steering wheel heaters, and heating wires in Lipa Malvar, Batangas in Lima Technology Center, Special Economic Zone. We wish to extend our thanks to Kurabe Industrial for helping build our auto industry supply chain and ecosystem with these new investments. Next in our lineup is Kurabe Yamaichi Electronics. May I invite Mr. Junichi Kameya, President of Yamaichi Electronics, to please take your place in the signing table. Yamaichi plans to expand its investment footprint in the Philippines with a third factory for IC sockets for semiconductor testing and connectors with a target completion date of 2024. Thank you, Mr. Kameya and of Yamaichi Electronics for your confidence in the Philippines. May I please now invite to the stage the President and CEO of ASI Corporation, Mr. Atsuhiko Hatano. ASI Corporation will be setting up a production unit intended to start a high-capacity facility as part of its expansion plans in the Philippines for high-quality products such as wiring harnesses. This is again expected to generate employment over the course of its 3-year rollout plan. Thank you very much. Our next signatory is Tamiya Incorporated. It's a household name for enthusiasts of remote control cars. Our signatory is Mr. Nobuhiro Tamiya, Senior Executive Director of Tamiya Incorporated. Secretary Pascual will note the intention of Tamiya to invest in the construction of a new factory in Cebu Light Industrial Park, dedicated to the production of Tamiya's popular products such as plastic molds and RC cars. We thank Tamiya for its continued presence in the country. Our next agreement is going to be Kenko Tokina Company Limited, and would like to invite Mr. Toro Yamanaka, President of Kenko Tokina Company Limited, to join Secretary Pascual on the signing table. Kenko Tokina is planning to acquire a new factory building and establish a new company that will assemble SMT products in 2023. The new SMT product line will produce electronic systems of rangefinders, rifle scopes, reflex sights, and other optical products. We wish to extend our sincere thanks to Kenko Tokina for bringing state-of-the-art optical manufacturing technology to the country. Our next agreement is Hitachi Aquatech Engineering Pte. Limited and Philinvest Development Corporation, represented by Mr. Okito Kakudo, Chairman of Hitachi Aquatech Engineering, and Ms. Lourdes Josephine Cotiano-Miap, Director, President and CEO of Philinvest Development Corporation. The agreement is actually a decision of both parties to engage in the development, construction, and operation of a desalination facility to supply potable water to metropolitan Cebu and engage in other similar projects. We thank Philinvest Corporation and Hitachi Aquatech for boosting our water supply in Cebu and soon to the rest of the country. Okay. I would now like to call on Sojit Corporation, represented by Mr. Masayoshi Fujimoto, President and CEO, to join us on the stage. Sojit's Corporation will sign 2 letters of intent today. The first involves the building and development of a site for completion in June 2025. The project will seek to obtain LEED certification under the Green Building Rating System and certification that will ensure both health and wellness standards of the world. Thank you very much to Sojit's Corporation. Sojit's Corporation will sign a second LOI to build a digital telecommunications infrastructure project. And he will be joined by Mr. Maestro Holdings Incorporated, by Mr. Eusebio Tanco. Both parties have mutual interests to collaborate in insurance and healthcare, logistics, and education. We now come to the last 2 agreements of our 35 on the list. May I call on Marubeni Corporation, Dacon Corporation, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to come on stage, please. The Secretary of Environment and Natural Resources, Ms. Maria Antonio Yulo Loizaga, will join Mr. Tsuyoshi Teragaki, Marubeni Corporation, and Mr. Isidro Consunji of Dacon Corporation. They have entered an agreement to a joint carbon credit program through the JCM, or Voluntary Credit System, to establish a reforestation program in the Philippines. We wish to thank DNR, Dacon Corporation, and Marubeni for this joint credit mechanism project. And the last agreement is between the Basis Conversion and Development Authority and New Energy and Industrial Technology Development Organization, NEDO, represented by Ms. Eileen Anunciacion Sosa, President and Chief Executive Officer of BCDA, and Mr. Shuji Yorimoto, Executive Director of NEDO, to do a ceremonial exchange of their MOU. This MOU involves the development of smart mobility systems, which shall include, among others, basic implementation of concepts and standards, as well as economic, financial, and technical viability of said proposed systems. Your Excellency, President Marcos, this concludes our 35 lineup of agreements to be signed up today. And please wait for his arrival statement so you know what he will bring out in terms of deals that were consummated and pledged during his official visit here. Now, may we call on His Excellency to deliver his short message.
Thank you very much. I would like to greet our former president and the present deputy speaker, former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the speaker of the lower house, Speaker Martin Romualdez. Also joining us is Senator Mark Villar from the upper house of the Philippine legislature. Our ambassador to Japan, Ambassador Maylene Garcia Albano, also one of the signatories and who is also joining us here is the former Senate President, Manny B. Villar, the chairman and CEO of Japan External Trade Organization, Mr. Nobuhiko Sasaki, esteemed business leaders and signatories from Japan and from the Philippines, my fellow colleagues in government, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I once again will thank you for considering the Philippines as a place and as a partner to grow your businesses. The government of the Philippines has been working to deepen the confidence in the Philippines of foreign investors and companies. We have been advancing vital and game-changing reforms to improve the country's business environment. And it is our hope that companies such as yours will not only find the Philippines to be an attractive investment destination. We are designing our efforts to encourage you to stay and to find our country to be a place where your businesses will thrive. We capitalize on economic liberalization laws and strategic reforms to attract companies like yours and facilitate ease of doing business. Our goal is that with you as our partners, the Philippine economy will grow stronger and will generate more opportunities for our people. With the Retail Trade Liberalization Act, the Public Services Act, the Foreign Investments Act, and the provisions of the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises Act, or CREATE, our policies offer more encouraging incentives to support foreign businesses, including those from Japan. We have also eased restrictions on foreign nationals to own businesses in the Philippines. The Philippine government is also enabling cross-cutting mechanisms to ease investments. Very soon, you can expect reduced transaction costs in aspects of doing business in the Philippines. We are mandating involved government agencies to establish a green lane. The lane will streamline the processing of permits and licenses. We are prescribing a maximum of 3 working days for simple transactions and 20 working days for highly technical transactions. This will also offer a single point of entry for strategic investments. On a national scale, we have built confidence in our 8-point socio-economic agenda. This set of agenda will reinforce the Philippine economy's steady recovery and high growth trajectory. We build our efforts around the intentions to further promote investments, improve infrastructure, achieve energy security, create jobs, and develop priority industries. I hope you find it encouraging that our national priorities align with building enabling environments for companies like yours. Once again, I thank you all for your continuing interest and confidence in the Philippines, and I look forward to our follow-through on our engagements today. And as we look outside and see that the weather has closed up and the sun has gone into hiding, does not matter, because today is nonetheless a very, very bright day. Together, we can make investments happen in the Philippines. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much. Let us all rise to give a warm handshake to our President.
大統領も退席されましたので、本日の LOI の調印、MOU の調印式はこれで全て終了いたしました。ご協力あり
Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.